full on, like everything in the tunnel was just like, it was like love, 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 love. All these things is love, 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 love. And I could remember all the faces, everything. Once I was finally in the hospital, I left my body so I could see everything. So I could see myself in the hospital room. I could connect with anybody with the thought, not even if my mind, but my consciousness could go wherever. I was in everything. Like I was not in my body. And another interesting story is that my sister was teaching English in Korea at the time. And this was a Sunday. So she didn't know that I was going through this process. This was told to me after. In my experience, in my consciousness, I went to go see my family immediately to see what they were doing. Because, you know, like I just wanted to check up on them. So I went to see her in Korea. And I remember trying to get her attention, but I'm not in my body. So I'm just trying to, like, I guess you would perceive me as a ghost, you know? I was trying to get the attention of my sister. And so it didn't work because I felt like she was just going up this elevator and she was scared, but she couldn't like respond to me. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do now? So this is my experience. I'll say her experience and then I'll continue the story. So after I come out of the coma, my mom comes to me and the first thing, like I couldn't talk for a couple of days, but the first thing I could say when I started talking was, Mom, did you see me? Did you see me when I came? And she's like, what? And I was like, I came and I visited Melissa. And she starts crying. My mom starts like fully crying. And I was like, why, what happened? And she leaves the room. And then later they tell me that my sister was taking an elevator in Korea up this elevator. And the elevator in this moment stopped, had a seizure, like shook back and forth. And she told the person in the elevator beside her, oh my God, it's like this thing is having a seizure. Meanwhile, I'm going through grand mal seizures when I'm going through my near-death experience and speaking to her on the extra dimensional realms, trying to get her attention. But she only perceives this elevator shaking, you know? So when I was in the hospital, I was seeing myself. Basically, I could see everything and go everywhere. There was stages of my death experience. So I call these the layers of consciousness. And this is what I've been teaching about for the last 5 years. So basically, yeah, since that event happened, there was a bunch of synchronicities that people kept asking me for the story. And then I was picked up by a lot of other speakers and yoga studios to speak about the layers of consciousness we transcend through when we die. So I would say in brief, I'll just say in brief that there's a part where you become astral. And after you become astral, for me, I went further than that and I saw this placid, clear lake. And in this placid lake, I call it the placid lake state, you can look into the water and you can know everything. Like everything as in like, I would call this what psychics call the Akashic realm. It's like the data bank of all that ever was and all that will be that exists in this present moment. And when I looked into the water, I could see myself not as me, but as everything. That I was the creator of my own reality and that the reality outside of me was just a mirror of my internal process to show me the lessons I needed to learn that held me back from unconditional love. So I believe at this point that our external reality is a reflection of all the lessons that we need to learn that hold us back from unconditional loving presence. And we get shown these through our experiences with other people in order to heal them, not just for ourselves, but also in the other person. Because what I believe is I am me and you are you, but also I am you in this moment and you are me. Because there's some sort of exchange here that aids both of our soul's journey. So this is the placid lake state. After this state, there's like a darkness state. And from here, there's all of the entities known. So I guess what you would perceive as like demons or ghosts or angels. There's a realms of entities or beings that exist that don't have their own physical body, but have an essence that you could communicate with in this realm. And so I got to see a lot of my own demons and they're all me. It's all what I would perceive as like me. It's hard to explain it. It's like the multidimensional space of all the characters and all the archetypes in which you are and experience in this lifetime. And other people have similar experiences, but when you look at those things, there's a level of awareness that comes into the physical body and this like freedom of knowing that like you are all these things, but none of them. So that was the state that I experienced after this placid lake state, was the state of what I would call the entity state or the angelic realm. And after this experience, there was blackness. So it was complete 100% limitless potential of nothingness. But the nothingness wasn't empty. The nothingness was completely content. Like, I remember this feeling in my body, so deeply, profoundly content, that it's like nothing that we ever thought mattered in this world needs to matter. Like, it's completely 100% relaxing, and you just feel held by the void. And this is the space where I perceive everything is created and nothing exists all at the same time. It would be like the center of a big bang. And this is what I was in. And I wouldn't say that there's a time, because in this space, there's no space and there's no time. It all becomes this meshed, it's just oneness. It's just everything. And so I feel like I've spent lifetimes in this space, but also it just happened like one moment, like a dream when you wake up at the end of the night, you know? So after I'm in this dark space, I could feel there's no body, but like the consciousness of my being accelerating in vibration as I move through this space of infinite potential. And after this happened, I started to see this like flicker of light that entered the space and just expanded like a star and got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And when this light expanded, like every single cell of my entire body became vibrational in rapturous light. Like it was all perceiving, all knowing, all sensations, all forms of understanding, and it's all love. Like it's all deeply embedded in this frequency of complete unity. That's how I would explain it. And you cannot, like I didn't have a body, but it felt like you cannot stand in this light. Like this light is rapturous, it breaks you down. It's like a complete dissolving of what you would perceive your ego is, or a complete dissolving of what you could consider physical reality is. It's a complete 100% dissolve. And in this moment, I could see every single thing in my past, present, and future, all the people that I loved, do love, and will ever love in my entire lifetime, not just lifetime, but my entire existence. And I saw faces that I didn't know yet, and I saw faces that I remembered, and I saw faces from my past, like past, what you call it, past lives. I saw everybody that I ever loved, every moment. And it was like lifetimes and lifetimes of experiences, but I could experience it in 1 second. And in the moment I connected with this feeling of love, I vacuumed back into my physical body, like boom, like full on, like everything in the tunnel was just like, it was like love, 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 love. All these things is love, 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 love. And I could remember all the faces, everything, and then back into my physical body. And when I went back into my physical body, I remember opening my eyes, and my eyes I could feel was like beaming out conscious energy of love. Like, and I could see my family around that looked super concerned. But I remember like smiling, even though I had a breathing tube, and just feeling like my body was completely full of light. Like I was liberated and reborn. And so I call this my spiritual rebirth. And I think everybody goes through a spiritual rebirth when they finally come to a place where their ego completely dissolves. And so you can get that way through meditation and medicine and things like this, or near-death experiences. But there's definitely a point where the illusionary mind state that binds us into what we perceive reality is completely 100% dissolves in love. And you're reborn again to this new understanding of your existence, which is what happened to me.